Yo, SimWorld, what's up? What it do? It's Rick Blaze. This is another episode of Blazin Takes. We on the road today. This is a road version of Blazin Takes. I'm Rick Blaze, my boy Steve. What's going on, brother?
Not too much, just on the road, loving the open road. It's what we do, but we still got to get our thing done, Blazin Takes it. This is what we do, Rick, so here we are.
This is what we do. We got to get it done. We on the road. I'm checking out some recruits, some SimWorld recruits, man. I'm hitting the city. I'm hitting these states. I'm saying what's what. I'm going to be talking about these recruits in a minute. But, for the fans, I know they're used to hearing the music, the theme music come in and everything, but, Siege, I have an idea.
What do you got?
I'm putting you on the spot, brother. And I say this, somewhere we have not practiced this, what I'm about to say. So this can go terribly wrong. Or it can go terribly well. We're about to find out. So since we don't have our theme music playing, Siege, I'm going to need you to channel a little bit of your Dougie Fresh. And can you give me a beatbox real quick, and then I can try to do a quick little freestyle since just on GP.
All
so
right.
We can have a little intro officially. And then we can get right into the show. What you thinking? What you think, Steve?
I can do my best. That's
all I'm asking.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
SimWorld, you guys who are listening, this is you talk about totally impromptu. This it.
That's what we do.
This it. And if it goes bad, we're not stopping the recording. This is one take, Jake. We on the road. Can't stop it anyway. It is what it is. So, all right, Steve, whenever you're ready, let's get to it.
All right.
Okay. That beat sounds kind of weird coming to my head, but keep going, see, I'm going to catch it. Alright. It's Friday afternoon on your drive, tune in. CJ Rick Blaze, we going in. Your boss said you want to leave early, but he lied. Your co-worker's getting on your nerves, but you fine. We shoot it straight. We all get in debate. Please get the topic. Now watch me go 8. Shh. See and the feds watching. Time Blazin Takes. Let's get it popping. There we go. That wasn't bad, right? That wasn't bad.
We'll see how it comes out.
That wasn't bad.
We'll see what the people think. We'll see what the people think.
We'll see what the people think. Right? I think that wasn't bad. All right, let's go. Okay, so in the Discord today, we saw the topics. We saw things going on. I want to talk about something specific. I want to talk about, they did a topic about Cole Webb. And they were asking, his 3 favorite schools, teams that he's looking at and everything. And I got a question for you, Steve, as our first topic. Do you think Cole Webb is worth, because, for those who don't understand, Cole Webb is an international player. That sounds cool. I'm an international player, too. But in order to get Cole Webb over to the States, it's going to cost a team some stuff. This is real life, baby. You can't just move a player from one side of the country to the other side of the country without it costing you. But specifically, it's going to cost the team 2 sponsorships. So my question to you is this, please. Do you think Cole Webb is worth 2 sponsorships?
It's an interesting question because, you don't often think about players in that light. Like, are they worth the sponsorship? You think about them as, do I want them on my team? I'm going to be real, it does depend on the team, but we don't do safe takes here. I'm going to go ahead and say I do think that Cole Webb is worth 2 sponsorships. I really do. I think he's a prolific scorer. I think we saw last year he put up 17 a game on a team where, there was not a whole lot of solid direction. They needed a coach who's going to take over a little more, someone who's going to put him in the right position. And we're talking in 22 minutes a game. That's pretty standard. All 5 starters played about that. And I'm going to be real with you. You look at the numbers, he played the least of the 5 starters for Oceania last year, which is crazy to think about. That's not something people remember, but I think if you put him in a place where he is the true number 1 with a coach who's going to put the right pieces around him, I think he can be a superstar. He is that kind of scorer. So yeah, I think he absolutely is.
Okay. All right. I like Cole Webb. I like his game, but I don't know about the 2 sponsorships. That's a lot, man. That's a lot, bro. Too. That's basically what I'm saying is he's worth 2 players. That's what we're saying. 2 sponsorships is equivalent to 2 players. So you're saying just 1 player is worth 2 players? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, I like Cole Webb, but especially when I look at the team that's on his list, which is Oceana going back home. He's definitely not going back home. I've already ruled that out. You got Showtime and Gotham 5. With those two particular teams, there's a bevy of talent in the talent pool ready already.
Okay, but Rick, that's kind of my whole point. If you're talking about Showtime, like, yeah, they use 2 sponsorships on him, but then what you also got is you got him on 2 sponsorships, but like you said, there is loads of recruits, so they might not need another sponsorship to bring another guy in. That Cali area is loaded with talent, so they don't need to use the second sponsorship.
But you never know what's going to happen. Like last year, they lost a player in the middle of the season. Their best player. You never know what's going to happen, right? So who's to say that cupboard is going to get replenished next? Who's to say the next season is going to be as much talent as it is this season? I'm saying this: if you giving up 2 sponsorships for the guy, that means he's your de facto uno numero number freaking 1,
and he can be that. He can be that.
So okay, so you're saying let's run it through. So you're saying, let's say he's going with Showtime. So he's saying Coach of Showtime is picking Coldwell, giving him 2 spots. That means automatically you number 1. So that means you telling Corey Yams you might number 2 again this season?
Yes. Yes.
And that's all right.
Yes.
As long as y'all know, everybody know what that means.
Look. I think Corey Yams can elevate his game. I do. I think he can be a true number 2. Because I mean, let's be honest. Corey Yams is our guy, but was he really a true number 2 last year? Like, he had his moments, but was he consistently a number 2 last year? I'm not so sure about that. So I think that we can have him elevate his game, be a real number 2 with the Cole Webb as a number 1, and that's fine. I think Corey Yams is... Look, and this is no knock on the guy, but, like, he's better served as a number 2. And I really believe that. I think if you give him a number 1 who can take off a lot of that scoring pressure, he can better use his talents for what they're more purpose for. So yes, I think specifically for Showtime, Cole Webb would be a great pairing with a Corey Yams.
Okay, and so again, you giving up those. I like Cole Webb. I don't want this to sound like a Cole Webb bashing, because it does not. I like Cole Webb, but I'm trying to think, which brings me to my next point. I'm thinking, if you think that he's worth 2 sponsorships, do you think anybody else, any other international player currently? And international recruit, because they haven't played the game yet, international recruit currently in SimWorld that's worth, outside of Cole Webb, would you believe, that's worth 2 sponsorships?
So wait, let me just get it straight what you're asking. You're not talking about any international player. You're just talking about recruits. Because I can think of one. I can think of one other. No,
the current recruits. No. Any international player on any team currently.
Okay, there's one other guy who comes to mind
that's playing international. But they're playing currently on the international team.
Yeah, there's one other guy that I can think that I would be willing to use 2 in the right situation. Not every team would need to use 2 on him, but like in the right situation, the only other guy I can see rationalizing doing that is Patricio Ramirez. He's a dominant big man. He can be that guy. The numbers he put, to me, we're going to have him in the conversation for top 3 best bigs in the league this year.
Hold on, time out. Patricio Ramirez gone, bro.
Patricio Ramirez.
He moved on. He's not in the
He's moving on?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, then, no, I don't think there's anybody else. had my sources a little wrong there. Thanks for checking me on that, but...
Patricio, go.
Then no, I don't think there's another international guy that I'm putting up to.
I agree. There's no international guy I see currently that's worth 2 sponsorships. Now, there's one. I will say this though. There's one guy. I'm not saying he's worth 2 sponsorships, but there's one international player. Or one international. I say player is a player. I like that. Cool. One international player. Such as myself, I can recognize an international player when I see one. There's one international player that's been kind of flying under the radar. He might not be leaving his team. So this may be a mute point. But there's one international flying under the radar that I feel can be a dog if he gets the opportunity. One, I'm like, man, they don't really talk about this cat. But if this cat get a shot, a real legit shot, he can be a dog. And that's Nathaniel Zimmerman.
Okay.
I like Nathaniel Zimmerman's game. I think he can be a 20-point per game scorer on the right spot.
20 a game?
Probably not. But I'll give 1.5 sponsorship. I can give
Wait.
a size player and a midget.
Rick.
Then I'll give Nathaniel Zimmerman.
Nah, Rick. So you're telling me you got questions about whether or not Cole Webb is worth 2 sponsorships, but you think Nathaniel is worth that? You think he can be 20 points a game?
I think he's worth 1.5 sponsorships.
Okay. All right.
Player,
that's not a real thing, but yeah.
Wait, can we say midgets these days? Is that politically incorrect now?
I don't know. Maybe we steer away from it, but I think it's fine.
Okay, small person, a full-grown person, and a small person is what I think the trade-off will be for my man Nathaniel Zimmerman.
All right, look, he is a hooper. He is a hooper.
All right, that's my take. What you got?
In terms of a guy that I think is worth that, I don't think there's. I told you.
You said nobody. We're moving on then.
No, there's nobody. There's nobody.
You think Cole Webb is worth 2 sponsorship? I feel the only close person is worth 2 is Nathaniel Zimmerman. He's worth a sponsorship and a half.
And look, Rick, I know we don't do safe takes, but I think Cole Webb is worth 2 in the right scenario. I think he's worth 2 in the right scenario where they have that open spot for a number 1, true number 1, which I do believe Showtime would be a place that needs that role filled.
So is he worth 2 and got them in G5 then?
It depends if they're really ready to commit to him being their guy. And I know they got a lot of good guards there, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because I just think they got a lot of guys there, guards already, who are gonna take a lot of shots, get a lot of touches. Showtime though, Showtime needs them.
Okay, so you said if you're Showtime, you give them to 2, no questions asked. If you're G5, you hold them back.
Yep.
And I think Cole Webb and both Nathaniel Zimmerman both worth equally 1 sponsorship and a half. I wouldn't give us 2 for either one. 1.5 sponsorships. 1 full-size player and 1 multi-bowl type player is what I think is worth to me. All right. That's what we got.
All right. Well, actually, Rick, I just got some breaking news from some sources here. This is a big one, Rick. You ready for this one?
Come on, lay it on me now.
Coach Banks, head coach of the Houston H-Town Hoopers, has left H-Town to take control as head coach of Run DMV effective immediately.
Wow. You know what? I'm not even surprised. Houston goes through 17 coaches every season. This is wild, son. Houston, H-Town goes through 17 coaches every season. I don't know what it is. I don't know if these strip clubs is getting these guys in trouble with their wives, so they got to leave the state. I have no idea, but that's big news for Run DMV and devastating news for H-Town. Wow.
Look, I love that for Run DMV. I'm going to be honest. Coach Banks has proved he's a great defensive coach. You got a defensive star in Nick Hugo. I think he can retool that team pretty quickly, and they can be right back to it. We talked about yesterday, is that run over? I'm going to have to change my answer. I think Coach Banks could make it so that run is not over.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'll say this. Since we talking breaking news, let me break some news myself. According to my sources. You didn't know I got sources, Steve. I got sources too.
All right, what kind of sources you got?
I know low people in high places. So, according to my sources, now this is big. This is big news. I'm hearing really good chance. They're in talks. There's a really good chance Cooper Flag comes to SimWorld Hoops this season.
Wow. Wow. Talk about a number 1 recruit. That immediately takes the cake. That's a guy I'd give 3 sponsorships for.
I'm with you. He's worth 3 sponsorships and 2 little people.
Yep.
which is like 4 sponsorships. Cooper Flag coming to SimWorld, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from me first. And if it doesn't come true, then don't remind me because I ain't talking about it no more. But Cooper Flag coming to SimWorld, all the recruits is now taking a back seat. It's going to be a fighting, a bid war. Well, he may pull like a Brady move and he may decide what team he wants to be on. So all you recruits and all you coaches think you got it locked up, my man decides to come on your team. That's a game changer for good.
That it is, Rick, and I'll tell you what, Rick, we are running out of time. What do you got for the fans before we log off?
Let me pull out my grab bag really quick. Let's go before we get out grab bag. We're on the road, so I have to ask you a question. What is your favorite fast food combo and
talking fast food combo, like two things from the same place? You talking two different places?
No, same place. Every fast food combo. This is my spot I go to, and I get this combo when I'm on this. This gonna set it out for me.
All right,
What
I mean,
combo? Fast food joint. What combo is it?
All right, what I got is look. Don't give me the same, vibe everyone gives me when I say this. I'm a big Taco Bell guy. Give me the Chipotle Chicken Ranch Griller with nice Baja Blast freeze. That's my go-to. That's my go-to when I need a late night.
That ain't bad. I'm not a ranch guy.
That's fair.
But that ain't bad. So now I'm gonna tell you mine. I won't get out of it. Now I can't take credit for this. This is actually Raniel's go-to. He put me on to it, and I gotta say it's fire. And I want to share this with the world because too many times I go to this place and I love this place, they get my order wrong because they don't know what I'm talking about. So I figure if the whole world starts to order it, maybe they'll make it an official combo, and then we won't have this problem no more. But Chick-fil-A, this again, I can't take credit for this. This is Yale's. You turn me on this, but this is fantastic. They got the Chicken Club, which is the grill club,
yep.
the multi-grain bread, the cheese. It's a pepper jack cheese or something like that. They got tomato, bacon, all that, right?
Yeah.
Substitute the grilled breast chicken with the breaded fried chicken breast.
They don't already have that?
No, not with the chicken club. Not with the club. Not like that. No.
That's crazy. They don't have that.
And when I tell them that in the drive-thru, they lose their mind. They're like, what? I said, lady, I want the exact same freaking sandwich with the exact same freaking ingredients. Except, instead of a grilled chicken, give me the breaded fried chicken. But everything else I want to be exactly the same. I say that as slow as I can, as nice as I can, and they look at me like I'm sucking on a lemon.
Hey, that sounds nice.
It's really weird. But try it out if you can, guys. I can't guarantee the Chick-fil-A in your area is going to get it correct. But if they do, mwah, chef's kiss.
I'm going to give that one a try tonight.
That's it, baby. This is our time, man. Hope y'all enjoyed Siege and Rick Blazin takes the on the road edition. We pull up to the recruits. We come to see y'all soon, man. We check y'all later. We out. Peace.